Now, students, I have all of my cladding in place. Okay, so you can see, come around the corner there, there, and there. Probably the last little thing I have to do is just fill in this section here, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to do that in glazing or in concrete or something like that. So I'll get to that now in a minute. Okay, so I'm in a position now to update my sheets and to start to pull out some wall sections and some details from that as well. And I wanted to show you that in this video. So here's my ground floor plan. And you can see I've got the wall sections in. So I've got, I think it's 2 wall sections. Two building sections. I want to distinguish between building sections and wall sections. They're very different purpose. Okay, so that's a building section with the blue here. Okay, and the black tail, and these are wall sections. All right, right over here. With the red tail, and they're available to you. So when you go into section, hit the drop down box here and you have a choice between building and wall. So the process is that the building sections go right through the building, all the way through, and they generally will be at a scale of, in this case, 1:200 or 1:100, something like that. Okay. When we want to get into the nitty gritty now and start to think about how this building is coming together, particularly in those awkward junction areas and things like that. That's where the wall sections come in. So that's why I've got a wall section through here and a wall section through there. And I've also got a wall section through here as well. So that'll show this cladding. That'll show that interesting junction, as I'd mentioned before, between the roof garden there and the glazing, and we would perhaps need one more wall section, and that will be maybe through here. Okay, something like that. That'll go through that vent from the basement, but also will come through the precast cladding as well. Okay, so that's generally what we do in a building. We'll go around and we'd pick out. It probably should do another one through here, maybe on the corner there, something like that. Now, but I think that's more than enough at this moment in time. So, so they're my wall sections. Now I'm going to show you how I've got this organized, and I want you to organize this way too. So I've got my plans 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so slab and ground, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and parapet and site plan. Okay, all at 1:200 there. Now here's my long building section. You can see it there. I've just put a little bit of shadow on it, and I'll show you that. And again, I'm doing this to give it that little bit of a 3D feel to it in one sense. And if I go into let's get into the graphic properties of this edit. Not those ones, no. Right. View. Let's get to tape. Picking things here. Visibility graphics, that's not what I'm after. Oh yeah, sorry. There you go. Activate the view. That's what I'm looking for here, was this one. All right. So I just want to show you what I've done with the shadows there is that not the depth queuing, even though the depth queuing could be handy for this one here. But I've got a 70, and the lighting, I've got a 70, 50, 30 distribution between sun, ambient, and shadows. And in session, I've got a still at 8 a.m. on the 7th of the 3rd. Okay. And so you can see that that just does a nice little job in terms of um, just giving us that kind of feel that we are actually cutting through the building in this case here. There's stuff up here that can be hidden. So these are kind of extra levels that I put in that I didn't actually use even at the end of the day, to be honest with you. So let me just right click and go hide and view those elements. And let's see what we've got here. Okay, level 6. Oh, there, I can hide that one as well. I don't know what that one is. Elements, right. Parapet 7, I can hide in view as well. Don't need that one. Now, so I've got my levels all kind of showing there. We'll just pop down here and drop this one. Pull that one up a little bit there, maybe a little bit more. Okay, just to separate those. Okay, now so I'll deactivate that view. So that's my long section. It kind of fits on that sheet. Not too bad in that sense. I filled out my title block here. Right, here are the two shorter building sections. This is actually a wall section here, and this is a building section. It could be a wall or building. The point of this one here was to get in and see what's going on in there as well. All right, so there's those ones. Here's my elevations. And again, one of the things that I did here was I went in and I changed the color of the level line. So if I activate that view, I'll show you that. Pick that, edit type properties, and the standard is black, and I've just changed it to the lighter gray because there's an awful lot of them. They're handy, but they don't need to dominate the view there either. Okay, so it's that one. I put a little bit of shadow on in the front elevation there as well. And again, there'll be that discussion about that. Should we do that and should we not? I've just done it for the moment anyway. Now, so here is my wall sections that we talked about. And you can see that let me just go back to the ground floor plan. And I'll show you where these wall sections are coming through again. All right, so see that one? That one is actually over here. And I'm going to swap that out. That's actually more of a building section than it is a wall section. Right, so there's my wall section through here, and over there. So it's these two I have on the sheets because they're the tag is telling me that I have those two on the A108 sheet, which is this one here. Okay, so now that you know where they are, you can see that I did a little split in this one here. And again, if I activate the view and turn on the crop box, you can see that using that little thing there, I split it. And then using that little command there, you're able to draw down this view in on top of this one so that they're not so far separated. If I didn't do that, then those stairs would go right above my my sheet. And so that's acceptable. I probably should get a detail line through there as well. That kind of break line, that's there's a family, little 2D family that you can use for that as well. And so that's that. Now, it's from these wall sections, okay, that I'm pulling my call out. So I'm doing a call out from here, a call out there. And these are going to be your details. So these will be 1 to 10 details. And you will discuss that with the studio team as to what details need to be done. But that's a pretty obvious one to me, and that's a pretty obvious one there. And then over on this wall section, I've got that kind of detail happening here. That's the cladding, that's the kingspan cladding as it meets the ground there. There's the foundation, and probably more interesting is what's happening up here in terms of that parapet wall there. as well. Now, so once I've got the callouts decided as to what I'm going to detail up, then we get into the next series of sheets here, which are details. And so you can see there's that detail there. Now, that color is a bit strong, so I might go in and just desaturate that color. But that's the 1:10, and that's the 1:10. Now, a bit of space down here as well. So I've decided just to put in um, that is literally just a 3D view with a section box pulled in, so we can get an idea that this is where we're operating. This one here is slightly different. It's a call out, 3D call out. I'm going to show you how to do that in the next sheet here. And again, so this is where the detail is. That's what we're looking at there, and that's what we're looking at there in terms of those two. So again, very useful. That's the beauty of Revit, is that we're able to cut, slice, and dice, and give great explanations of where the detail is and what it's about. So here's details sheet number 2, and that's that parapet. That's where the integral meets the ground, and then that's the foundation there. So if I wanted to say I wanted to do a 3D detail of that one there, this is how I go about doing that. Okay, so I'll go back into that is let me just activate this. Okay, so I've got kind of 2 levels there. This is around level 6. That's where I want to be. Okay, so I'll just deactivate that view. So I'm going to go into my level 6 here, and I think this is it over here, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is get into a call out. Now this is a plan call out, and I'm just going to pop it in through there. All right. So pick and select it, and then I'm just going to move that tag head around like that. Now, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into a 3D view. Okay, and this is the sequence this has to be done. 3D view. I'm coming over to my cube. I am right clicking on the cube. I'm going down to orient to view floor plans. Okay, and what I'm looking for is this one. That's the one we just created. So it's level 6 call out. Now watch what's going to happen. Click onto that. Okay, give it a second now. There it goes. Ooh, Jesus, that took a bit of time. So I just turn off the shadows here. That's maybe what's going on there, right? Now, look, I'll reorientate the cube to an axonometric. And now what I can do is pick that section box, that localized section box, if you like. And now you can kind of get an idea where the details are, all right, around this side here. So I can go in there, maybe something like that. And that's what we're talking about, is that parapet. So the conjunction of the roof, parapet, and that one there. Now I can make that to a scale of maybe, I'll try 1:20 and see how that works out. And notice that the call out is the plan view, but because it's a 3D, that's the 3D view. That's the one that's highlighted. See the way it's in bold? So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say duplicate with detailing, and I just rename that. Don't need it might let me do this and it might not, but let's see. Okay, 3D view. Yeah, copy. I'll rename it again. This is a copy. Okay, just for that sake, right? Now I'll go back to my sheet, A2 details, and I'll get that one. And I'm going to drag that one onto the sheet, and you can see that it's way too big at that scale. That's no problem. So what I'll do is I'll activate the view. I'll change it to 1:50, and I'll deactivate the view and select it, and I'll move it into position there. Use my keys to bring that down. There, I'm going to swap that out for, this is the title detail, something like that. Now, okay, so that's how we would do those kind of 3D details, and that gives us an idea of that's that detail occurring here. And I'm not going down as far as the ground floor level, but you could do that as well with that section box as well. Okay, so that's my sheet updated, and look, I have to fill out that box, and I know some of you will forget to do this, but don't. So because I already have an awful lot of the information in there, it's grand. I can just hit the drop down box and pick all of these. Now this is sheet number 10, so it's 0010. Okay, and then AT, and put in the figure 3. Apply. Now I'm all updated there, and I'm good to go. The sheet is good to go.